is the Minolta SRT 102. This camera is responsible for reigniting my passion for analog photography. It did so in this kind of amazing way. This Minolta SRT 102 has with it a 50mm 1.4 lens. And that lens is really a big part of the reason why this is such a great camera and why it has reignited my passion for analog photography. It just has such a great render to it. And I don't know, a lot of the 50mm lenses that I had used in the past were usually like, you know, your typical 1.8s or your 2s or 2.8s. And although they're great lenses in and of themselves, the extra stops that you gain with a 1.4 is well worth, you know, the sacrifices of the depth of field. It also opens up for a lot of really fun films, and when you put it on an SRT 102 with just this amazing light meter that works flawlessly as long as you do everything correctly, it really makes for a great combination and a great camera. I've really enjoyed shooting with it over the past year or so. I'm going to show you the very first roll that I put through it, and you'll get to see just how kind of shit the photos are, but yet you know, maybe it'll kind of help explain why I love this camera so much. We'll jump into that roll next here. As far as the film that I used, I don't know. I want to say it was like a Kodak Gold 400 expired, but I couldn't tell you. I'm really bad at recording which films I use for what stuff. Sometimes you're dumb. I do it a lot. I'm dumb a lot. But that's the way it goes. This series of photos is of my daughter and my in-laws' dog, Rex. He's really kind of grown attached to her over the past couple of years. And even though none of these photos are really, you know, like great, amazing photos, there's still ones that are near and dear to me. It just kind of reminds me of, you know, summers with dogs. And then I actually managed to get a shot of her on the swing by herself, a nice kind of candid photo. We're going to make a hard jump here to photos of vehicles at a place where I used to work. Nice, you know, just red contrast. So here we have a Dodge Challenger, which we were installing paint protection film on. Wanted to try and do a double exposure here of the emblem on the side. It didn't work out too well. So then I moved on to trying to photograph the mirror and the installation and the process and the sign in the background. Knew I wasn't going to be happy with that exposure, so I tried to, you know, change the aperture a little bit and slowed the shutter down way too much, and then got this one here where I actually managed to nail it, except for, you know, my depth of field, but it's okay because it serves its purpose. These are shots of my former boss's C10 pickup truck, and I knew from the start that this composure here was not going to be great, so that's why I shot the first one. Then we get into this kind of nice, you know, down low look on this truck, and this patina was all hand painted on there. And then tried to do again a double exposure with, you know, the graphics kind of over top of the vehicle. This was my daily driver for a while, no 9 Mini Cooper, but like all minis, it's dead now. So it was fun while it lasted. Definitely a learning experience. One of the problems was the rear main seal. The main seal leak stopping. So then more photos of my daughter on her back porch, just kind of as the sun was setting. The film, you can see, was struggling to kind of, capture light because of its age and the fact that it's expired. But these photos are they're still good in my opinion. I still like them. Quick shot here of my family hanging out, just having fun. And then we get to the ones that really sold me on this. And photos of my daughter playing on a Sunday morning. Her and I just, enjoying the time that we spend together. Not the location I wanted to shoot this in, but this is all I've got for right now. So we're just going to move on. I kind of said from the beginning that these photos weren't going to be amazing. And, they aren't. But I thoroughly enjoyed the photographs that I showed to you. And they're not obviously for everybody because they are just of, my family and my everyday life. But those are the things that I am the most passionate about. And those are the things that I tend to take the best photographs of. Not, of my family and of my work, but I take better photographs of the things that I am most passionate about. And for me, that just happens to be my family and my work. So why not take photographs of that? And then use the knowledge gained from those to then take better photographs of everything. Maybe? I'm just figuring all this out as I go. Really, honestly. So, thanks for sitting through that boring, video, if you made it. If you didn't, you skipped to the end, cool. But, regardless, get out there, shoot what you're passionate about, and just have fun, Yeah, I think that's the message, right? Alright, something like that.